Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
2020 was a difficult year for us all. World economies have crashed. Financial markets showed us again how important it is to be aware of the global economy. And, believe it or not, many people have profited from the movements in the markets. This December, we bring you the biggest open source webinar series for beginner traders to help each and every one of you understand the basics of online trading and investments from industry experts. Learn from the CEOs is the biggest webinar series organized by InstructFX with the extraordinary participation of 5 CEOs of 5 top Forex companies worldwide. Join us live on Monday, the 14th of December at 1700 GMT for the grand opening with an amazing webinar on trading currency pairs with João Monteiro, CEO at 4XC. On Tuesday, the 15th of December, trading stocks and indices is the topic of the day with Phil Adler, CEO at ETX Capital, straight from the heart of London. Wednesday, the 16th, the week only gets better with Joe Rundle, CEO at Markets.com for an amazing webinar on trading commodities. Just when you thought that things can't get any better, on Thursday, the 17th, we have the cryptocurrencies trading webinar with our surprise guest. Finally, on Friday the 18th, it's your time to shine in the Fidelity Gala Awards, where InstructFX is rewarding you for watching us live with amazing prizes. Join the biggest open source webinar of 2020 and learn what most Forex brokers don't want you to know from 5 reputable CEOs. Click on the link below and reserve your seat for the biggest open source webinar of 2020, hosted by yours truly, Andrew, the Chart Whisperer. Learn, observe, trade with InstructFX.
Boom, and we're live. What's happening, people? Good day, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. How are you guys doing? Good morning, America. We're only 3 hours away from the start of the second webinar of the series. Trading stocks and indices is the topic this evening with Phil Adler, CEO at ETX Capital, straight from the heart of London. You can find the link in the description down below, guys, if you want to book your VIP seat for the biggest open source webinar of 2020, organized by InstructFX. Now, let's get down to business and see what is happening in the markets today, Tuesday, 15th of December, 2020. U.S. stocks are seen opening higher today after 4 days of losses, encouraged by positive talks on stimulus measures and the start of distribution of the Pfizer vaccine. The unemployment numbers in the UK came out better than expected, giving the pound a boost today, although Brexit talks are still dragging. Moderna vaccine might get emergency use authorization by the end of this week, FDA in the US announced earlier on. Crude oil futures trade higher, gold futures skyrocket on the back of a weak US dollar, and Bitcoin is flirting with a resistance level at 19,321, waiting for a catalyst. And in case you missed the announcement, in just 3 hours from now, guys, we start the second webinar of the series, Trading Stocks and Indices. This show is proudly sponsored by our partners at Markets.com. US markets open, coming up. Right. Good morning, America. Once again, let's see what is happening in the markets today, guys. We're going to start with the economic calendar. We had quite a busy day in the economic calendar with lots of announcements. Nice and early in the morning at 9 o'clock GMT plus 2, we had the average earnings index plus bonuses from the UK, which came out positive. We had quite a few announcements from the UK, but the most important one, apart from the claimant count change, We have the unemployment rate, guys, which despite the pandemic and despite the lockdown, dropped to 4.9% from the 5.1% that economists have predicted. After that, we had a lot of data from the Eurozone. We had the producer price index on the Swiss franc. We had the French consumer price index. We had the EIA monthly report. And we had quite a few announcements about 1 hour ago on the US dollar, with the housing starts, which came out positive, export price index, which came out positive, import price index, which came out below expectations, Empire State Manufacturing Index as well came out way, way below expectations. And we had the manufacturing sales on the Canadian dollar coming out 0.3% versus an expectation of 0.6%, guys. Still, we had the industrial production month to month coming out from the US 0.4%, better than economists have predicted. Only 0.3% was the prediction from the economists. And later on, just before midnight, guys, we're gonna have the API weekly crude oil stock, just 1 day ahead of the crude oil inventories. Big day in the economic calendar with lots of announcements. The markets reacted to the announcements. Now, let's see what is happening. Let's have a quick look at top 5 things to know in the markets today, guys. And then we're going to move to the charts of the day and the signals of the day. So, number 1 on the board, quite a big news, guys. FDA to release Moderna data assessment. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration will release its analysis of data from the stage 3 trial of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine, a preliminary step towards the granting of emergency use authorization, which may come by the end of this week. Moderna would be the third one that gets the emergency use authorization after Pfizer and the BioNTech vaccine. The release comes a day after New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio warned that the city may have to return to a full lockdown due to rising infection rates. We're seeing the kind of level of infection that we haven't seen since May, and we have got to stop that momentum or else our hospital system will be threatened, Bill de Blasio told CNN. Now, today's data showed no let-up in the rates of deaths and hospitalizations due to COVID-19, with John Hopkins data showing the U.S. death toll passing 300,000 cases, guys. Probably this is the effect that after the Thanksgiving holiday. Anyhow, hopefully the vaccine is on the market rather sooner than later, and a lot of people will get vaccinated, and this COVID pandemic will finally go away. Now, number 2 on the board, the EU moves on big tech companies. Again, a very big news. The European Union added to big tech regulatory woes, publishing draft regulation on digital services and markets with provisions allowing it to break up companies if they repeatedly offend. While the draft is likely to be revised significantly as it passes through the European decision-making process, it highlights the decision of travel for regulation of the major internet platform companies, which are already facing tougher antitrust scrutiny in the US. The European Union wants to be able to force the separation of companies, businesses, separating, for example, the WhatsApp and Instagram services from Facebook, if they are fined under the new laws 3 times within 5 years, according to Financial Times. The fines foreseen are up to 10% of global revenue. Wow. In line with broader EU antitrust policy. Wow, quite a big step, guys, on the tech companies. Number 3 on the board, stocks set to break 4-day losing streak. The U.S. stock markets look set to break a 4-day losing streak, with the futures contracts and all 3 major indices trading higher in the overnight session. Concerns about the ever tighter lockdown across the U.S. is being balanced by residual belief in some form of fiscal stimulus being passed by the end of the week. There is also a modicum of hope that the Federal Reserve may also support markets by expanding its bond purchases when it concludes the policy meeting that starts later today, although the consensus forecast is for no change to the policy stance. Now, stocks likely to be in focus today include Pinterest, which agreed to pay $22 million to settle a gender discrimination lawsuit on Monday. Boeing, against the backdrop of fresh concerns about its 787 aircraft, and Twitter, which has fined $500,000, which was fined, $500,000 by the European Union for tardy communication about data breach. Volkswagen as well may also see some interest. The stock rose 5% in Europe after CEO Herbert Diess won a power struggle with unicorns at a keyboard meeting on Monday. So we have a few stocks to look at, guys, a few stocks that do really, really well. But obviously, Moderna is the top of the list, with the FDA focusing on potentially giving Moderna the emergency use authorization by the end of this week, guys. Number 4 on the board, Chinese economy hits cruise control. I don't know what that means. Let's go into the article and see. The Chinese economy has reached cruise control. Individual production and retail sales continue to grow in November, underlining the country's status as the only major world economy likely to grow this year. But the rate of improvement has flattened out in the last couple of months. Industrial production growth stalled at 7% on the year, while retail sales growth accelerated modestly to 5% below expectations. That growth has come with some problems attached. China's central bank earlier made its biggest ever injection of medium-term funds into the financial system, about 950 billion yuan, which means about $145 billion, to shore up confidence in a market buffeted by some big local bond defaults. Right, and the last but not the least, guys, number 5 on the board, oil prices absorb IEA demand warning. The International Energy Agency trimmed its forecast for global oil demand by 100,000 barrels a day, but still said it expected a robust recovery in global demand in 2021, resulting in average demand of 96.9 million barrels a day. The think tank said that demand would stay lower for longer than previously expected due to the latest wave of the pandemic, which has seen Germany, Italy, London, and New York all adopt tighter restrictions on economic life this week. It also said global oil inventories will end the year 625 million barrels higher than at the start of the pandemic, underlining how much surplus production from the last 9 months still has to be consumed. Yes, the markets are oversupplied, guys, and the demand is very little. Oil futures were sanguine, having absorbed a more bearish report from Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries on Monday. US and Brent crude futures were essentially flat at 47.02 a barrel and 50.71 a barrel, respectively. Now, we're going to have a quick look at the charts. Oil started pushing way higher just ahead of the US Open about half an hour ago. I'm curious as well to see what's going to happen. Quick sneak peek at what was the article pre-opening. Dow futures up 168 points. Vaccine rollout accelerates. So we might see a mixed opening today. All signs are pointing for a higher opening for the US stocks. Let's see what's going to happen. How about this? We're coming back live in 30 seconds, guys, with the charts of the day and the signals of the day. What do you say? All right, stay tuned. We're coming back live in 30 seconds. All right. We're back, guys. We are looking at crude oil futures. Let me make the chart a bit bigger. Right, crude oil futures, guys, on a 60-minute chart, 47.34 for crude oil futures. You can see the rally if you look at the last two green candlesticks that you see here in the right-hand side. Crude oil started pushing higher. There is potential to the upside. Very well supported by all three moving averages. We see RSI stochastic turning around slightly, still trading very close to overbought levels. Yeah, which indicates that we might see a retest of that 20 MA to the downside at 46.97, at least as things stand right now, and we take it from there. Red candlestick 5 minutes into the US trading session. Moving on to the most liquid currency pair in the world, guys, the euro US dollar, 121.55 for the euro versus the US dollar. This afternoon, we see a bit of divergence between indicators. However, good rally in the last couple of hours. The price is still well supported by that 200 moving average. It tried a retest earlier on, but it didn't happen. Now, let's see what's going to happen. The euro has been ranging for the last 3-4 trading sessions, guys. You can see it here clearly. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if it's going to manage to break this level, the 122.62 or somewhere there in that region. Then probably it will shoot higher. But as things stand right now, let's see what's going to happen. We're very, very early into the US trading session. Moving on to the cable, guys, which again, just like the euro, was boosted a bit in the last couple of hours or so. 133.82 for the pound versus the US dollar this afternoon. Well supported by that 200 moving average and the 50 and the 20 as well, which indicates a potential uptrend, a potential boost. We see a gap, though, here in the left-hand side that happened 3-4 trading sessions ago. Usually gaps are filled, guys. So I don't know. Be careful. Yeah, we see the RSI and the stochastic turning around from the almost the overbought levels, which indicates quite a bit of selling power on the pound as things stand right now. Let's see what's going to happen. We might see a retest of that 200 MA at 133.47, and from there on, yeah, if we see some good news coming from UK, we already saw that the unemployment dropped from 5.1% to 4.9%. It's 2 points drop, which is quite impressive. And the markets digested the news and the markets reacted. Yeah, you can see the boost of the pound that happened a few hours ago. The question still remains, though, where do we take it from here? All right, let's move on to USDJPY, guys, which, wow, nosedived earlier on, 103.82 for USDJPY. RSI stochastic just turned around from the oversold levels. We have a green candlestick after the US opening right now. You can see it here on the charts. Yeah, we might see a retest of that 20 or the 50 MA, which are more or less at the same level, 103.98 and 104.01 for the 20 and the 50 MA. At least as things stand right now, we see a higher low being created here. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. I don't want to say anything ahead of the trading signals. We're looking at the AUD USD, guys. The Aussie dollar, again, very, very shy in the last couple of trading sessions. It tried to push higher. It recovered the losses that it had overnight. 0.7532 for the Aussie dollar, with the RSI and the stochastic somewhere in between the overbought and oversold levels. If anything, I think it's more likely to see a retest of that 200 moving average to the downside from the Aussie dollar at 0.7481. But again, let's see what the signals will say. USD CAD, again, very, very long downtrend for the USD CAD, 127.46 as things stand right now. We see a bit of positivity. The US dollar is trying to fight the downtrend. But anyway, as things stand right now, the price is still way further from the 200 moving average than on the other currencies. Yeah, we might see a bit of positivity, but nothing impressive. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see the S&P and the Dow, which opened to the upside today, 36.73.70 for the S&P 500 after the open. We see the RSI stochastic pointing upwards. The price is well supported by the 50 and the 20 MA. We might see it trading higher today. We might see it trading higher on stimulus hopes. Yeah, and the Moderna vaccine being approved by the FDA. Right, Dow Jones Industrial Average, very similar situation, 30,024.65 for the Dow Jones Industrial Average this afternoon. RSI stochastic, again, they both turned around, indicating a potential long position. Now, the US dollar index, on the other hand, still in a downtrend, just like the USD CAD. There it is. Okay, 90.56 for the US dollar index this afternoon. Negative opening after negative movement after the US Open. Sorry, guys. Okay, RSI stochastic somewhere in between. Still don't know where to go. Still don't know what direction to choose, up or down. So again, I can't say anything about the US dollar index this afternoon, guys. Gold futures, on the other hand, extremely good rally for gold futures in the last trading session. Okay, on the Asian trading session as well as on the European trading session, 1851.50, unbelievable rally. Gold futures gained about $50 in the last couple of trading sessions. We see the RSI and the stochastic turning around, though, from the overbought levels. We might see a retest of that 20 MA to the downside at 1843.65, and then we might see a big correction. The good news is gold futures traded above that 200 moving average, and from what we can see there, Yeah, the candlestick formation has established itself above that 200 MA, which means a good chance for recovery. Now, what traders are waiting for is a correction to that price. Yeah, a correction to 1877 or somewhere in that region. Yeah, as that's where the drop started. Yeah, so we see the drop, we see the ranging market, and now slowly we see gold pushing higher. Okay, aiming for a correction. It corrected about 30-40% as things stand right now. Let's see, another 50% to go to 1877 or somewhere there. But this might take a bit of time. Yeah, first of all, keep an eye on this this correction. We might see a retest of the 20 or the 200 MA somewhere there to the downside. And from there on, if the US dollar keeps losing momentum, then we might see gold futures trading higher. Right, $50.45 for Brent oil futures this afternoon, guys. After, I'd say, a decent rally, just like crude oil, Brent oil futures had a fairly decent rally this afternoon. With the RSI and the stochastic not being able to get into the bought levels, okay, we might see a retest to that 50 MA to the downside at 50.14, and we take it from there, guys. Right, let's have a quick look at silver futures. We didn't check out the silver futures for the last couple of days. $24.51 for silver futures, just like the US dollar. Very good rally for silver in the last couple of trading sessions. We see a tiny pullback now, which is completely normal. Keep an eye on that 24.28, where that 20 MA is, guys, for the correction if you're looking for an entry. Yeah, for an entry point. And now let's have a quick look at everyone's favorite, guys, Bitcoin, which is currently trading at $19,303. Half an hour ago, Bitcoin was trading slightly higher, $19,320. Still, well supported. We can see Bitcoin encountering this resistance. There is a key support level at 19,300 and something. If that level will be broken, then very likely we're going to see the 20,000 mark reached in no time. The trouble is, when will that level be broken to the upside? Yeah, we can see Bitcoin ranging there, testing that level quite a few times if you look from left to right, guys. Yeah, quite a few times. It started testing that level on the 24th of November. Okay, and since then it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, guys. 9 times. Will the 10th time be the lucky one? Let's see what's going to happen. Ethereum futures. $585.70 for Ethereum. We see it losing a bit of momentum. Apparently, it's heading towards that 200 moving average to the downside at $575.31. And we see what's going to happen there. RSI, stochastic, somewhere in between. Stochastic is way below into the oversold level. Stochastic is somewhere in between, indicating a lot of selling power in the market. Again, we saw a very interesting correction that happened after the drop. You can see the teacup shape, yeah, on the charts. But again, Ethereum seems to be encountering a lot of resistance at just short of the $600 mark at $594. We're waiting for the candlesticks to settle above that level so we can consider this a long position. Now, let's have a quick look at some signals, guys. See what investing.com thinks about the markets this afternoon, shortly after the US Open. Let me sniper these pop-ups. There we go. Right, 4 green for the euro this afternoon. Euro USD, 4 strong buy positions on all 4 time frames. The pound versus the US dollar, GBPUSD, we see only 3 strong buy positions, 3 green. The 5-minute one remains neutral. USDJPY, strong sell. We see 3 red. And the 5-minute one is just a buy, so we might just see a tiny correction there, guys. USD-CHF, very undecided. I'm not even going to mention it. AUD-USD, the 5-minute signal remains neutral. The other 3 show a strong buy on the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar. USD-CAD, same situation. On a 5-minute chart, we're seeing just a shy buy position, followed by 3 strong sell. The Kiwi dollar versus the US dollar, strong sell, and the daily remains a strong buy. Maybe that's a currency pair you want to have a look at. And the Euro CHF, we see strong buy positions, 3 green on the first 3 time frames. Let's have a look at commodities, guys. Maybe you get a better indication. And remember, if you're looking for trading signals, for more trading signals on a very user-friendly platform, our friends at markets.com have not 1, not 2, but 5 trading platforms which you can use, guys, and some of them are very intuitive. Yeah, they have an amazing web-based platform which sends you the trading signal straight on the chart, and it tells you the source as well. It's definitely worth having a look at. Yeah, markets.com. Try out their trading platform. It's amazing. More pop-ups, more sniper. There we go. Now, gold and silver futures, guys. What's happening with gold and silver? We see the 5-minute chart very undecided, followed by 3 strong buy for gold and silver. Copper is mixed today. Strong sell on a 5-minute chart and in 15 minutes, followed by a buy and a strong buy on a daily and hourly. Crude oil, WTI, and Brent oil, again, very, very undecided, guys. We see a strong buy on crude oil, WTI. On an hourly and a daily chart. So whatever happens now within the next half an hour, 1 hour, no one can tell. We're looking at natural gas, which has sell positions. 3 red on natural gas this afternoon. Sell on a 5-minute chart, followed by a strong sell on 15 minutes and hourly. And US wheat, guys, 4 green for US wheat. Strong buy positions on US wheat. See, guys, there's always a commodity to trade on. There's always something doing good or doing very good or very bad. When you get mixed trading signals like this, look for something that makes sense, guys, yeah? Right, now let's have a quick look at the US indices, guys. See how Wall Street has opened this afternoon. Right, there we go. Yeah, talking about a sense of direction. NASDAQ 100, 4 green, strong buy positions on the NASDAQ 100. The S&P 500, 4 green, strong buy on the S&P as well. The Dow Jones is very undecided. We see a buy on a 5-minute chart and a daily remains a strong buy. But till then, nothing is really happening on a 50-minute and hourly. They're neutral. NASDAQ, strong buy on all 4 time frames. Yeah, 4 green on the NASDAQ. Russell 2000 or the small cap 2000. 2 neutral, 2 strong buy. The daily and hourly remain a strong buy. So careful with your entry, guys. All right. Now, let's have a quick look at stocks, guys. Wall Street stocks. Let's see what Wall Street has to offer this afternoon. Right, there we go. Apple, 4 strong buy. 4 green for Apple. Procter & Gamble, 3 green for Procter & Gamble. Strong buy positions apart from the daily. What else? General Electric, 2 strong buy positions, a neutral, and the daily remains a strong buy as well. JP Morgan, strong buy on a 5-minute chart. The 15 minutes is just a buy. Right, there we go. Cisco, guys, 4 green for Cisco. Strong buy for the Cisco giant. Goldman Sachs, though, strong sell positions 15-20 minutes into the US trading session. The daily remains a strong buy, guys. And Alphabet, ex-Google, 4 red, strong sell positions on Alphabet. Right, this is what's happening in the markets today, guys. Join me in exactly 2.5 hours from now. 2 hours from now, for the second webinar of the week, where we're going to have Phil Adler, CEO at ETX Capital from the heart of London, and we're going to talk about trading stocks and indices this lovely evening. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money, guys. See you in 2 hours.